That was super weird. Okay. I actually know why that happened. Um, that's going to look really weird to anyone who watches it back later. Well, I suppose it looked weird to you all who were here. Annette, Bex, Invisible Chicken, thanks for letting me know. I'm hoping I'm back now. Hoping someone tells me I'm back now. There I am. Good. There's such a delay between when you all hear me and type a comment and I actually see it. I'm not sure. I got a mirror trying to do this button up and my thick neck. There we go. There we go. That's it. All right. Straighten that tie up, boy. It's my other communist tie. Che Guevara, the partner to my Chairman Mao tie. Not because I'm a communist, because I'm not, never actually have been, but my reason for having the two communist ties is exactly the same. One, they were cheap. Two, I really like the design. It's not really evident from what you can see on there, but the design is actually done by having diagonal silver threads of different thicknesses. Like that isn't a print. The thing is actually made by different colored thread going diagonally at different thicknesses. It's actually really clever design-wise. And third, I just think the idea of a communist on a business tie is funny because I'm pretty easily amused. The same people, same shop in their political ties, they did have a Winston Churchill, which I didn't get because he was just really ugly, and a JFK, which an American friend of mine got. So they had a whole line of political figures of the 20th century. Decent mix, really. Chinese communist, Cuban communist, British conservative, and an American centrist. So, and there were probably other ones that I didn't see. Probably all sorts of other things. Oh, how are we at the end of a week? That is always good. Yes, I've got to think. Well, I'm dressed up for Formal Friday because that's as it should be. And this is also my video making outfit. So I might try and make some videos looking at events next week, because I like to theme videos sometimes, or oftentimes, most of the time, and so I'm looking for anniversaries and whatnot coming up during the week. The Battle of Waterloo anniversary. The Battle of Waterloo anniversary is coming up this week. So, June 18th, 1815. So that's 205 years ago for the Battle of Waterloo. Look up, this site has a Waterloo cocktail, and it is full of things I don't have. Eau de Geneva. Although I think I can substitute my Ocar Gold for that. Bowls Geneva. What is Geneva? I thought it was juniper. Yeah, it's kind of like a relative of gin. In general, Genevers contain less juniper than gin. Okay. Very distinctive style of juniper spirit Forerunner London Dry Gin, which dominates today. Like most gins, Geneva is a blend of two very different spirits: botanical infused neutral spirit and malt wine, kind of unaged whiskey. Geneva retains more flavor as base ingredients than most common gin styles. Okay. That's what Geneva is. I don't have any. Although the people at Oka have suggested the Oka Gold could be used as a substitute for Geneva. But then they also have Mandarin Napoleon liqueur. I don't have that either. And Jägermeister. You don't often see Jägermeister in upmarket cocktails. Wonder if I just did a search if other people have called a cocktail a Waterloo. I'm sure they have. Predictably, completely different. Watermelon. Okay. Couple people make Waterloo with watermelon. I guess that's what they're Waterloo, watermelon. So there seem to be the two schools of thought. One is Geneva and one is watermelon. And watermelon's gross. I don't like watermelon. Don't like the flavor of watermelon. But so, hey, Kirsten, how are you? Maybe oh God, who was the English commander? Was it Wellington? I think it was Wellington, wasn't it? Yes. So maybe there's a Duke of Wellington cocktail. I bet there is. No, it's all things for the Duke of Wellington pub in Melbourne. Maybe if I just change it to Wellington cocktail. Oh, yeah. There we've got bars in Wellington, New Zealand coming up in the search. What's this one? Pineapple juice, orange juice, rum, sugar, kiwis. That's fairly boring. I hate it. It was boring. Yes, musical aviator, one can V Napoleon. Oh my God, yes, Kirsten. Kirsten and I were just watching the Applewood stream tonight on Facebook, and it was hilarious. It was very good. Addie, setting up your new phone. Nice. Good question, Kirsten. What are we making? Okay, tell you one thing I'm doing. I'm having a rum tasting because I got a new rum today, and it's International Cachaca Day, which is cachaça is Brazil's national drink. It's like a cousin to rum. Rum, the base is molasses traditionally, which is like boiled down cane sugar, whereas cachaça is made from just the raw cane sugar, not molasses as the base. So they're obviously fairly closely related, but different. And I've got some cachaça. I'll probably use it up tonight. But I got a new bottle of Beanley rum, and I've got a couple of other rums. And I'm like rum noob. I don't really know how to describe. I don't even know what the differences are between rums. I've got 4 rums over there. I'm just gonna. She can laugh at me. I will taste test each of the rums and see if they mean different things to me. Ooh, because you got to go to Bar Clara to get some of the chaotic evil energy from Frankie. Yeah. Yeah, I do look forward to going out to bars again. Where is Bar Clara? Little Burke Street. Just hiding behind the State Library by the looks of that. Wait, where did it go? There it is. I'm trying to see. Okay, so it's just Exhibition Street and Little Burke Street. Okay. Trying to orient myself. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty obvious where Bar Clara is. Okay. Never been there. It's, of course, with the hundreds of bars in Melbourne and many of them good. Obviously, there are many good ones I've never been to. Not because I hardly ever go out in the city, actually. In the last 2 years, I've probably only been to a dozen different bars in the Melbourne CBD. And someone says, "Oh, there are hundreds of them." I don't think that's an exaggeration. Big, small, and in between. I normally go to the small and in between. I very rarely go to a big bar venue. If I'm with other people, sometimes they want to go in a big group. Okay, Kirsten, so you've walked past Bar Clara, but never been in. I love the sound of that, Kirsten. You have a couple of independent Australian rums or not yet rums. So I assume that's the base spirit for rum and it hasn't been aged. I assume that's what we're talking about there. You know what? It's Friday. It's party night. I'm going to get straight onto the rum tasting. I'm going to be sophisticated. I'm going to rinse out. I'm just going to do a little bit in a shot glass. I'm going to rinse it out between tastes. Probably should have some water to rinse my mouth out as well, actually. So, okay, I'm going to get my little stirring glass, put some water in it. Use that to rinse my shot glass out after. I'm not doing a whole shot of the rums, by the way. I'm going to do a taste of them. And I'll just get a drink of water too. There you go. Okay, drinking water and rinsing water. Here come the rums. Okay. Carlotti. Kitchen. Okay. A cachaça as well, the Beanley. Almost out of cachaça. I might make a cachaça cocktail and use that up. Then it's an excuse to go out and get some more. Ooh, okay. You're not quite rum. It's been aged for 2 years. It's called illegal tender. I saw that online when I was looking for Australian rums. Illegal tender rum from Dongera in Western Australia. Nice. All right, so I'm going to rinse the pineapple juice out of my mouth. I will need one of my shoot glasses. Actually, these ones handy. No, I don't know where those ones are. Okay. Well, this one will do. A little skull shot glasses. Right. So, someone who is not at all well versed in rums. I actually have 4 rums and cachaça. So I'm going to try, I think this very spuriously. The white rum might be the most benign. I'll have it first. What's that? This is just your Bacardi, nothing flash. Although this is a superior white rum. 37.5% alcohol. It doesn't have a very strong smell. Just has a very light aroma. I'm not really good at describing it, so just a little bit of that. I'll put the lid back on. So, drinky number 1, Bacardi Blanca. I mean, it starts off as a little bit sweet. I mean, it's very warm going down, as most alcohols are. I don't know. People always talk about rum's got a bit of a fung to it. To me, I don't even have the words for what does that taste like. Paint thinner. I don't know. It's good. Look, it's good as a mixer, but I do not drink rum straight. No, that doesn't appeal to me at all. All right, I'll rinse my shot glass out to start fresh. Rinse my mouth out, start fresh. I feel like the other white one, the Cachaca, Canario, Premium Pot Still Cachaca. It's interesting. Product of Brazil, bottled in Germany. Someone will probably tell me this is not a really authentic one. But anyway, you get what you get in Australia. All right, I'm going to try a little bit of Cachaca now. All right, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, the most popular way to have Cachaca is a caipirinha, which is just muddled lime, sugar with Cachaca poured on top of it. Pretty simple, but it's very popular apparently. Okay, now this has got a much sharper aroma than the Bacardi. Not quite nail polish, but not that far off it. It's not completely unpleasant either. I wouldn't have smelled it that many times if it was really unpleasant. So yeah, you get all the people who would be tasters and they'll tell you it's got grassy overtones and vanilla. I don't get any of that. That's not the thing. Okay, people often say Cachaca has a nose that's a bit like freshly mown grass, and I can actually get that. I don't know if that's just the power of suggestion, because that's what I heard other people say about it. But so now taste. It's much sharper than the Bacardi. It's better. It's better. It's a better drinker than the Bacardi. The Bacardi starts off a little sweet, but then to me, the aftertaste is not great. This Cachaca to me, it's much sharper from the get-go. 40% alcohol, so mildly more alcoholic, and it actually doesn't have the heat going down. That's I think on the rocks, I would go Cachaca a long time before I'd go Bacardi. Quite honestly, just rinsing out. Okay, and rinse out my mouth. There's just a little bit nail polish in it. Does anyone want to join the party, by the way? It's Friday night. It's party night. Wait, where's the link? Here. I'll should make it a party if anyone wants to join. Okay, now the Spice Rum, the Captain Morgan. This is a popular brand. I think often derided by serious rum people. I was looking at like why do serious rum people look down on spiced rums, because things like Captain Morgan and Kraken are really popular with some people. There's only 35% alcohol, and apparently the general consensus. Oh, make a drink first, Annette. I'll post the link again if you need it. The general consensus is spiced rums starting from a weaker base. Hi, Addie. How you going?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, okay. That was weird, out of sync. Your sound and whatnot. So, like, I mean, it was a couple. I think you're back in sync now, but that first thing was like a couple seconds out of sync.
Just to be creepy.
No, we're good now. All right. Yes. So I'm now taste testing Captain Morgan spiced rum. Rum aficionados look down on spiced rums because they say the spices are basically covering up a very substandard rum. So
I love a spiced rum.
yeah, well, you see, plebs like us do. I mean, that's all I've got. It's a pleasant smell, and yeah, you can tell this has got spice. Good. Safa is holding up the high end of town, drinking Aldi beer.
Hey, Annette.
Is it just like generic packaging? Like it's just a white can that says beer in black sans serif font on it? I mean, this definitely, like, there's cinnamon, vanilla.
Does it say what curry?
No, they don't really tell you what they put in it. But I mean, it's definitely spices in it. Yeah, so
tonight I had someone when I was at JB Hi-Fi think I work there because my hair matches their stuff because it's yellow and black. And I was like, yeah. That's not how you decide someone works in retail, mate. Okay.
That would be dedication to the corporate brand, I tell you that much.
All the retail guys found it hilarious, and because I'm just like, look, I used to work retail, I get it, but also like, I look like I work at JB Hi-Fi because I'm alternative.
Yeah. What's that as a meme people always use? It's a pirate from that Aardman film about pirates. Yeah, yes, but also no.
Yeah.
You look like you work here. Well, yes, but also no.
Just because I look like I work here doesn't mean I do.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So my verdict on Captain Morgan is it's quite a nice sipper. Again, I always use it in cocktails. I use it as a mixer. I don't sit here drinking Captain Morgan, but it's quite a pleasant sipper. Better than a fucking Bacardi, I'll tell you that for free.
Agreed.
All right. So this is the one that's my excuse for doing it. This is a new one, Beanley.
Ooh.
Beanley 5 years. Huge fucking 1 liter bottle from their website. It was like 20% off with free shipping. So I'm like, yeah, boy.
That's cool.
Yeah. So get that crack of breaking the seal for the first time. Oh, this has got a darker. It's still pretty subtle. Like, sometimes when you smell some alcohol and you're like, oh my fucking God. Like that's yes. Like a lot of whiskeys are really intense. This isn't this. Oh God, this has got such a sugary smell to it. Like the molasses in this is. In fact, that's the dominant smell of sugar. I'm just saying. Yep, I smell molasses.
Yeah,
that's actually. Smell. It smells like dessert, quite honestly.
Shivers. The cat's touching something. Hang on.
Oh no, the cat's up to trouble. All right. So this is again a standard 40% alcohol. Safa, Captain Morgan's not the cheapest, but I got it from Costco. It's a 1 liter bottle from Costco. What's the other? There's the other spiced rum. Not Kraken, but there are cheaper ones than Captain Morgan. But it's not that expensive. Catherine. Hello, Catherine. How are you?
I'm cold. I got
you in your jams already?
Yeah, it's only like 8, and I'm like, it's cold. I'm alone. What? Might as well just get into bed.
Yep. Oh, excellent. Bedside streaming. I like it.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
Ooh, this one catches up on you. It is really sweet. This is Beanley 5-year-old rum. So this is not their entry level rum like 5 years is a bit more sophisticated than 3 years. I mean, it's what those things where they say like the longer something's been aged, the more expensive it is. It is very true.
Can you tell the difference in the age?
The short answer is yes. The slightly longer answer is I'm a shitty person to explain it because I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Kirsten's probably on the money. The Beanley is probably got more molasses in it. Captain Morgan and Bacardi are more likely to be using sugar syrup or corn syrup, because there's not really any rules about rum. You can call virtually anything rum. But like the Beanley is really sweet, but it really comes at you like it's really warm going down. It's just like, yes, it's cold outside, and now I'm warm on the inside. From
oh yeah, you're gonna be warm right now.
Yeah,
you're gonna be warm.
Rinse that out. Yeah, we're having a bit of a bloody cold spell, certainly in the southern states.
Yeah.
I mean, it is winter; it's to be expected. But
yeah.
Safa, yes, using sugar syrup or corn syrup is much cheaper than molasses.
So yeah, it might be 18 wood for at least 2 years to be wrong. That's what Kristen said. Oh, Kirsten.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Kirsten would know. But, yeah, broadly around the world, you can get away with blue murder with rum. It's not like some of the other spirits have very strict rules. Okay, the scary one to last. This is the Plantation Overproof rum. 69% alcohol. So those were like 40%. This is 69%.
Yeah, 40 for your liquor and your spirits is just average.
Yeah, that's what most spirits are, about 40%. Yeah. This one, yeah, it's a little bit of burn the nose hairs off when you smell this one. Kirsten's saying rum, RHUM, way to get around the rules. Yes, 69, nice. I think they did that on purpose. All right, so now I'm just going to have a little sippy of the Overproof. That's probably more than I wanted. This is one like put a little bit in some cocktails just to really kick them up a notch. Stick the Overproof rum in there. Okay, so because I think this would have overpowered all the others, I kept it till last. Oh my god! Oh my god! Hi, Nettie.
Hi.
Hey. My water.
Dying now, Andrew.
Oh no. Sorry about the echo.
There's a reason I don't drink this straight. I'm going to dump it in my pineapple juice, actually. Oh, that's hardcore. Like that Overproof. I maybe there's some people who sit around drinking that straight, but
and then that cocktail shaker is so cute.
That is a very cute cocktail shaker.
That's a tiki cocktail shaker, isn't it?
It's a really tiny one. I found it in my ex's stuff.
Oh, cool.
That's the best.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's been hanging around the house for like 15 years, but it never got used.
But you being used.
Well, now it's got some use. I like it.
Yeah. So what are you drinking?
Cosmopolitan.
Oh, nice.
No.
Oh,
yeah. That's a nice little drink.
Alrighty.
I had a gin and cranberry cocktail just before this.
Yeah.
It's quite similar, but it's got elderflower liqueur instead of vodka.
Yeah.
It's really nice. It's really lovely.
Nice. Oh, Safa, yeah. Drinking rum is unusual for me. I don't sit there and drink rum. I use it as a mixer. So that was very unusual for me to just do direct taste comparisons. And holy cow, I don't know if anyone in the world drinks that overproof rum straight, but it's not a thing I'm ever going to do.
Not a good idea.
Anything straight.
Look, the cachaça, I could see, putting that on. I could see putting this on ice and just sipping it. But I'm going to use up the little bit I have left. I'm looking up cachaça cocktail recipes. There's some interesting ones.
What is cachaça?
Well, this is a Brazilian drink. It's, as I said, the base of rum is molasses, which is like the boiled down sugars from sugarcane. But cachaça is made just from sugarcane juice, so it's doesn't have a lot of those really malty flavors that a lot of rums get. But it's like it's a cousin to rum. They're both made from sugarcane, but one. Kristen's saying she not only drinks overproof rum, she also drinks cask strength whiskey at 8 a.m. That's what we call an eye opener, Kirsten. That's
amazing.
You can get whiskey in a cask? I thought you could only get one in a cask.
By cask, Kirsten means the wooden barrels.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I thought you meant
Let's look at
goon bag.
I was just thinking, cask strength is a term used by whiskey makers to describe a whiskey that has not yet been substantially diluted after its storage in a cask for maturation. The alcohol level in cask strength whiskey is typically between 52 and 66%. Now that gets, by the time it's bottled, that gets diluted down to 40%. So yeah, cask strength is about 50% stronger than average.
But Catherine, can you imagine playing Wheel of Fortune with a goon bag full of whiskey?
I would love that.
That'd be a fun game. The whole neighbourhood would come round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Jesus. My cat has stolen a crystal.
Oh no.
I'm not impressed. But I can't find it.
Can't find it.
I'll have to look tomorrow. He can't have eaten it. It's too big.
Yeah.
And Luke saying about the South Australian border is opening on the 20th of July, apparently. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what we're planning for. But whether or not the eastern states can get their shit together for that to actually happen. Oh, now you appear.
Mine's up here.
What, Crystal Mum? I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't possibly have done that while I tangled the fairy lights.
Someone do it the audio on.
Don't you get bitey at me?
What do you think?
Doing his.
So this is my elf.
Mood, and I'm not in the mood.
Ooh.
Nice.
This is my elf.
Does it go?
Where's your toy?
Oh,
Sit.
All right.
yes. What did it
Where'd it go?
Oh,
This is my third cocktail tonight, so I'm
Ooh,
already.
okay. I got to catch up to you.
wow.
Okay. Oh my God, Kirsten's actually saying that her distillers have done whiskey goon bags in the distillery.
Wow.
Oh no! Oh
I mean,
no!
Be understanding not to.
with keeping whiskey in a green bag, it really promotes irresponsible drinking and you're getting to probably about 80 or maybe 90 standard drinks in a goon bag.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit rough.
Would
Right.
that calculation be about right? About 90 standard drinks in a goon bag?
Maybe.
I think 700 is about 40 standard drinks. I think.
Well, let's see. Whiskey.
Well, there's definitely enough to lose count when you're drinking them, and that's what matters.
Okay, that's 32 drinks.
Yeah, so
Let me get you in the frame, kitty.
go 30 by 2.5, which would be about 75 standard drinks. That's a
Maybe.
lot of
Drinks anymore.
Yeah.
Looking for something here.
What are you gonna make?
No,
I'm just good at math.
I got started early, Safa.
Yeah.
I've had one of those weeks.
Yeah, okay.
I very much feel that.
Hey?
Very much feel that. I was even just so. That's my new phone because it's red. Even just getting that tonight, I was laughing with the staff because we're all just having brain dead moments. This year's been chaotic enough, but like the last week feels like it's been about 3 weeks. Don't get it.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're back at life, and like I've had to get up at 5 in the morning to like cook for my kids because one of them has just started at a posh school in Kew, which is a long way from here, and so it's like an hour and a half by public transport.
Yeah, when I was actually more, I had to do that kind of a commute into the other, like, because I was living at the army base at Cachaca for 6 months and commuting from Seymour train station into Melbourne to the other side to Chad's to do a TAFE course.
Whoa. That would kill me.
Yeah. So yeah, I get up pretty early to cook for them and boot them out of bed and whatnot, and I'm not used to it anymore. And it's like, Friday night, pour some drinks. I've had enough.
My getting up first thing in the morning never really stopped. Being in health admin, we didn't close, and uni just went online. So the only thing that was different was instead of leaving to go to uni, I left to come home to study, which the cat liked.
Yeah.
My animals have been Fruit Loops because they're not used to leaving the house.
Right.
And they're like, this one's been chatting to me like non-stop. This is the most calm he's been all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've just been nuts.
All right. I'm going to make an Orinoco cocktail. So I don't know if this is named after one of the Wombles or, the Enya song, Orinoco. So it's...
So much for exotic. I thought it might have been Japanese.
So it's 2 shots of cachaça. What else we got? Fino sherry. Fino sherry. No, wait, I haven't opened this. Where's the seal? The second thing I'm opening tonight. There you go.
How long have you had that one for?
I actually bought it a couple of weeks ago because it's Fino sherry's in a lot of cocktail recipes, but this is the first time I'm using it, obviously. All right, so half a shot of Fino sherry. And do half a shot of white creme de cacao. White chocolate liqueur. Nice.
Is that what it tastes like?
Yeah. Well, it's chocolate. It's called white creme de cacao, not because it's white chocolate flavored, but because it's clear. You also get brown creme de cacao. They taste more or less the same, but one's clear and one isn't. Now, the sweetener, the almond syrup, orgeat, depends how fancy you want to be pronouncing it, separates, so you've got to shake it before using it. So half a shot of this. And I'm going to put a shot of grapefruit juice in too. All right. Grapey fruit.
Oh, that's going to be tart. It's going to be a tart one.
Several of the other ingredients are quite sweet, so like the grapefruit is balancing that. Oh, I haven't got any ice in here. Let me put some ice.
Nope, you don't.
I also don't have my filter. It's over here. Right. Righty.
Okay.
Where's me lid? Just shake this. Yeah. Not doing any of the Tom Cruise things. There's a thing called a whip shake, which some people are really obsessed and say shaking the thing different ways makes the drink different. And I'm like, really? Does it? Really?
I don't think
I don't have a glass. I was just going to make my cocktail.
Okay.
Right, got my glass.
No, it's a glass.
Forgot to chill it, but that's okay. The drink's very cold.
Yep.
Ooh, that grapefruit's got a nice colour in this.
I want nice glasses like that.
Yeah, nice glasses are nice.
Yeah.
The only problem with nice glasses like that is I'll be afraid to break them.
The cachaça comes back in the end because there's 2 shots of it in there. So, Oh, get all the sweet stuff up front. Like, oh, that's a really sweet drink. And then it sort of goes down and you get a bit of, oh, yeah, okay, that cachaça is actually a half of the drink. So, and it's 40% alcohol, so it's not mucking around. So, okay, the Orinoco, thumbs up. I like it. That's good. That cachaça's got a really interesting flavor. Like I said, I don't know if it's the power of suggestion, but people always say it's got sort of overtones of freshly mown grass, and it really does. Like, not in a bad way, not in a gross way, but you know how it can smell really nice when grass has been mown.
Yeah.
It's got that sort of flavor to it. Oh no, Kirsten had a tragedy in the household. Mixing glass cracked in half.
Oh,
Oh, there's a hooded figure.
Yep. Ooh.
There's a hooded figure behind you.
I know, a mysterious figure came through again.
Yeah.
Figures in white though.
A tip for nice glasses from Kirsten. Chef's Hat has nice glasses, and you can buy them in singles, so you can replace when you drunkenly break one.
That's good.
Chef's Hat. I'm going to look that up.
So yes, because normally you buy them in like sets of 4 or something.
Yeah.
And so if you break one, your set's uneven, and you don't know if you should be buying a whole other set. But yes, being able to replace them in singles is good. The Bitters Lab, Kirsten and I always talk about, has good glassware as well. That's where I got that big tiki goblet that I use all the time. And my other stylish glass, the Nick and Nora. I had 2 Nick and Nora glasses, so I could serve drinks to Mrs. Angry and myself in matching glasses. And then I broke one of them. It was really good because the glass is etched on those. They're really nice. And I thought, we'll get that. Then the Bitters Lab was selling them and in singles, so I could just buy one. Oh, okay. Kirsten says there's a Chef's Hat outlet next door to the South Melbourne Market. Okay. For Melbourne people, that's handy information. Spot the piss head. Someone who knows where to get glassware when you've broken it. I have enough glassware at the moment, but yeah, it took me a while to find a coupe glass I liked that didn't cost a fortune, and they all either cost a fortune or I didn't like them. But then I found a set of 4 of these, and price was pretty reasonable, and I liked the glass. And now I've broken one of them. So
I am untangling wool that I had bought for a project that the cat has stolen and unraveled.
That's perfect.
And that's what you get for leaving the house.
As I'm untangling it, and I'm like, no, you can go away. But no, I want the one that you were planning to do a project with. Completely nodded.
Oh my god!
No. If you could see the look he's giving me right now, he's so innocent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kirsten also likes finding glassware in op shops. I have to admit, I tend to look a bit in op shops for glassware too.
Sometimes
Sapa wants to do a cocktail bar run when COVID's over. Yeah, I'd definitely be up for it. And maybe
I'd be up for it.
Yeah.
Are we up for it? Yeah.
Hey, it sounds like it's going to happen. As soon as the cocktail bars are allowed to open, when it's not, you have to serve food as well. Because ever since I've started watching the Applewood live streams, they're always talking about different cocktail bars. Ones I've never heard of that apparently everyone knows they're the groovy place to go to. So there are so many to choose from in Melbourne. Like the decision's actually really difficult. Like if you're going to get like rat-ass to have like one drink in each bar, so going to 6 places would get you get you broke and rat-assed. But say you did that, narrowing down from all the bars to only go to 6 of them is really different. And then you get to, if you're like me, you get to the first one and you go, I'm just going to have one drink. And you look at their menu and go, oh, there's like there's 5 drinks I want to do on this menu. And it's so hard to just go, I'm just doing the one. Yeah.
You go angry?
No, I was just going to say, bar hopping, yeah.
See, I want to do that in Melbourne, but I don't want to do that in Melbourne because of the hills. Like, in Adelaide, I'm like, in town, it's so convenient because everything's like flat pack. So you can walk from one end of town to the other and not go, where in Melbourne, you've got to go up hills. And I thought, I'll tell you, in Melbourne, I went to Melbourne once, I'm like, the town doesn't look that big like the city. I can just walk around it. No one told me how hilly it was.
Oh, no.
Hilly. Oh, my God. You haven't been to Sydney, have you? Wow. There's up and down hills always.
I was there for an hour in December.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
Melbourne is flat compared to Sydney. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I went to Bendigo a few years ago, because of the way in which their parking works near the main strip, you park on the side streets, and then you're walking up all these massive hills to try and get in towards anywhere where you want to have a meal or a drink. So I earned every bit that I had in Bendigo because it's so bloody hard to get.
So, Kirsten, where's the Starwood distillery? Because Kirsten works for Starwood, who make some Australian whiskies, which I've got to get into. I'm not sure where the bar is. Look, I'm just talking about the Melbourne CBD. Obviously, there's heaps more good places in the suburbs. Even out where I am in Caulfield, there's a couple of really good places. Port Melbourne, okay, that's easy. Okay, well, that's definitely on the list then. But yeah, the Melbourne CBD has, I don't know, 100 or more bars in it, varying from very small to medium sized to a couple of large ones. And yeah, just limiting yourself to half a dozen of them is quite a challenge, because no matter which ones you choose, you're going to miss some good bars as well, because there's just so many of them. But okay, 700 metres from the 109 tram in Port Melbourne. Well, that sounds like something to do. Take a tram to the Starwood distillery. Safa, I agree. Regional people probably don't want to go wandering out into the suburbs. Yeah, no, you just stay in the CBD. I mean, oh God, yeah. Like I said, the challenge is not finding half a dozen good bars to visit. The challenge is limiting yourself to half a dozen bars in the CBD. But I mean, I know my favourites, but since I've been watching these Applewood streams on Facebook, people have been just really talking up bars, and there's like another half dozen that it's like, well, clearly I really have to go to these ones that I've never heard of or never been to, because everyone's saying how good they are. So just goes to show I don't go out in the city much.
Yeah. Hope you don't.
Should be laughing so much.
Hair pieces off because he's knotted it so badly. So this is now his yarn, because it's not redeemable. No. I'm trying to undo it, and every time I pull a loop through, he's there.
Oh dear.
Have you tried getting a shopping bag, putting most of it in the shopping bag, and then putting it on your lap?
That would make it more of a game, and I'm not putting anything on my body because.
Okay, maybe not.
This is him right now. Oh, shivers! What's he doing? Oh, now you run away. He just
there you go.
And now he runs because video evidence.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to be caught on film.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well. So yeah, no, Safa, I'm actually up for it when it's down to, no community transmission and cocktail bars are allowed to open. You don't have to sit down and have a meal. So you can just jump place to place. I'm definitely down for it. So not that I do it very often, but every now and then I'll go to a couple. Like I quite enjoyed when the comedy festival was on, going with Mrs. Angry and go to one place before the first show, then go to a show, then go to another place and get a drink or dinner, then go see another show, and then grab a drink after that, and then go see a third show and sort of get a nightcap after the third show before going home. That's
what time would you get home?
Well, that's a long night. That's normally like first show starting by about 6 o'clock, and last show finishing after 10 o'clock. So, and just because you're sort of running venue to venue and having a couple of drinks, that usually feels like a very big night.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes if shows are at a licensed venue and there's a whole bunch of shows in the one venue, we might just stay at a venue and,
I love doing that. I did that during the Fringe.
Yeah.
And that was pretty easy. I swear the lockdown happened right after the Fringe finished. Yeah.
Yeah, so Kirsten saving up some money for her first bender when we're able to. Things to look forward to. See, people assume because, like, I've got that behind me, he must be pissed all the time. No, it's like, like on well, you see me on the live streams. Often I make a drink, and sometimes on a Friday and Saturday night, several. But it's just I don't sit there going, oh, this little thing. I'll just work my way through all my booze now. It's just
Yeah, there's a difference between a 19-year-old having that much booze and a 49-year-old having that much booze.
I don't think a 19-year-old would hold on to that much booze. They just buy a bottle and go through it, then buy another bottle and go through that. Yes, I'm a high roller, buddy. Yeah, Kirsten's got twice, because Kirsten's in the industry. Kirsten's got twice as many bottles as me. But again, you don't spend every night going, well, here I go, getting shit-faced again. It's like, no. You have the occasional drink and then you have the occasional big night. It's like... Luke likes
further away.
Sorry, what happened?
If he's worked out, if he jumps on the stuff further away, he's not going to get in trouble because he's not coming near the computer or board.
Crafty, very, very crafty. Okay.
Very proud of himself.
I'm just looking for another cachaça recipe to use up this last little bit in the bottle.
There's one shot, maybe two.
I think there's two, maybe a bit more. Anyway, I found one. This one sounds interesting. An Ironbound. Got cachaça, applejack, brandy, Benedictine, Demerara sugar syrup, Peychaud's. I'm going to try this one.
Right. Benedictine's the one I need to get. It's in a lot of interesting cocktails.
Yeah, I held off Benedictine for ages, but then it kept showing up in recipes, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting Benedictine, damn it. And it's nice. It's got that honey herbal thing going on. It's quite good. Let me see. Okay, all right. I'm going to rinse this glass. I'm just going to use the same glass. And this is a stirred one, so I've got to rinse out my stirring glass. All right.
Are you covered in yarn? Are you covered in yarn?
Oh, yeah.
I love him.
Okay.
All right. So let's chill my glass this time. All right, I'm going to take this out.
I'm undoing these knots.
All right. I'm
getting told off because he has to wait to play with this bit until it's managed.
Trying so hard not to screw something up here.
Are you sure letting him play with it is not just going to make it worse?
No, because I'm going to rubble them up and tuck them in a bit so that way he can't make a giant knotted mess again. So,
okay. Yeah.
Chill there.
I'm making another drinky.
Yep, that sounds like a good plan.
Yes.
What are you going to make, Nelly?
I'm going to make the gin and cranberry again because it was really nice.
That sounds pretty good, yeah. That's why there was a big open space. I was thinking, why was there a big open space? Because I took something out. I was just really confused for a second there. All right, so I'm going to put this back, get my Applejack. Benedictine. Peychaud's bitters.
Can you get away from the laptop, please?
Benedictine.
He thinks if he hides under it, I won't see him. I love him.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
These back in the fridge.
There's a cliche of cats playing with ball being cute, but considering how much mess they make, it's just annoying. When you don't have to
Right.
He's been a little stir crazy because I have friends over because of obviously isolation. So he would normally get to see at least my friend Kat, if not a couple of my other friends who would come over, and he adores my friend Kat, and he loves me because she never has to tell him off and just gets to give him love.
All right. Apple jam.
This sort of I'm not far off.
That's good.
I tried to give him one of the balls I've already tidied up. No, I want the thing that you're untangling now.
Yeah. Kind of like a mother when the kids only annoy her when she's on the toilet.
Or on the phone. That's the other one.
Yeah.
No kids want to speak to you till you're on the phone, and then suddenly, Mom.
All right, a little bit of sugar, is it? All right.
Yep.
Where's my bitters? Pishaw's bitters.
Lovely.
Oops. Put that in there.
You'll get fortunate. If you pour it, it's a lot.
Right.
If I cut off the circulation to the but you know,
Yeah. Eventually they will meow.
Oh, Safa, the whole idea of these live streams is making everyone's stuck at home time better. So I'm glad it's been working for you, man, because that's been the whole idea. So we're not in total isolation. We're in isolation together.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm glad that you're getting something out. Oh, Kirsten made an ochre and chocolate liqueur mix. Rate it. Actually, yeah, I reckon that would definitely work. Luke's taking bets on if you're going to have the wool finished by the end of the live stream.
I'm not far off, actually. It's just to tackle the ends as I'm pulling them through the main section.
Okay.
Are you going to pounce a shadow now? Yeah. Yep, that was a shadow and nothing else.
Hey, well, so long as he's not going for the wool.
I know, he's still stalking around me as if he's going to take the wool out my hands, but if he tries that, he'll get put in the naughty crate to calm down.
Yeah. And then you can finish your wool and then let him out.
I just don't like to crate him because, like, I normally only crate him when he gets really psycho, the same as I would with the dog that he was raised with. It's a calming space. And at the moment, he's not really being silly. He's just playing. He's not being over the top. If he was trying to attack me while I was doing this, then yeah, he'd get crated because that's not needed.
Yeah.
But I'm going to attack the wall because it's moving. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And plus, it is a cat cliche.
I know. He likes a stereotype.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh, was it? Saf is onto some Aldi apple cider now. Nice. Oh, you're still perfecting that drink, Kirsten. Maybe adding some vodka to the ochre and chocolate. For those who don't know, ochre is like a bitter amaro. It's got a very bold flavor. It's very, compared to at least in my opinion, compared to the really well-known Italian amaros. Things like Aperol and Campari, which are flavored like orange or grapefruit sort of flavors. I think ochre, which is an Australian version of that sort of thing, it's got a much bolder, deeper sort of fruity flavor in it. So that with chocolate and vodka, yummo, and dangerous, I think, too.
Okay.
I do love Luke. We have only an hour left to do this. I don't think about 15 minutes I should be done.
Okay, well, ask at 9.
Oh, it's good. This is a good contrast to the last cachaça cocktail I had. This one's a bit bolder. The other one was almost like a stereotype rum drink. It was a bit sweet.
Okay.
This one's a bit bolder. It's funny, although there's no whiskey in it, but this almost tastes like a whiskey drink. It's got apple brandy in it. Oh, it's good though. I like this. So I like to get a bit of variety between cocktails. I don't want, I do like sweet cocktails, but I don't want them all to be sweet. You've got to have some that are a little bit challenging. They've got a bit of sort of up in your face attitude happening. This one's a bit bold. Oh, I like it. Kirsten's saying that the fruity Oka Amaro with chocolate tastes a bit like a Jaffa. I like the sound of that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, chocolate orange flavor. Yeah. Probably particularly if you like bitter chocolate and bitter orange, that would be right up your alley, I think. Luke's being responsible, has vodka, but isn't drinking it tonight. There you go.
Yeah.
One of my friends at work, I that a spare dog toy that I had in the linen cupboard left over. That I'm like, it's just going to sit there because I don't have a dog. His little puppy is absolutely in love with it.
Good.
Nice.
Good. Oh, Luke, it was your birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Luke.
How old are you, Luke? Since you're saying you're getting old?
Yeah. Say something that makes me want to punch you, Luke. That's okay.
I know you couldn't really do much, but did you do anything special?
Ooh, okay. You got to do, okay, so Kirsten's got Australian Spirit that doesn't have juniper, so it's not gin, but it's got lemon myrtle and strawberry gum. Yes, the Australian Spirit makers are very fond of lemon myrtle and strawberry gum. Luke, 34.
Sorry.
Ooh.
It's baby.
I had a very canned friend back when I was 28 and she was 24 going, I'm so old. Oh, darling, you can't tell me anything. I'm so old. This fucking routine, it used to drive me bonkers.
Oh, yeah. Well, that would have been, yeah.
I saw this thing once. It's like, you get all those YouTube React channels. There's someone who's like in their mid to late 20s and they're playing music that they liked when they were a teenager to like a 14-year-old. And the 14-year-olds are going like, where's the drop? And then they're like, and they listened to it for a while and they went, oh God, this is like really old people music. And this like mid 20-year-old goes, right, okay, first, fuck you. Because it was like, it was from the mid noughties, it was only about 10 years old. The music was about 10 to 15 years old, and it was the music this mid 20-year-old had grown up on, and played it to a 14-year-old who just said, this is really old people music. That's when you're in your 20s and a teenager says that to you for the first time.
Oh,
in the gut. It's just like,
oh, yeah. That's bad. No, it's like looking up what was number one the year you were born or the day you were born.
Yeah.
That makes you feel old.
Yeah, if you remember the song, you're like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've done that. I usually don't remember the song. So
I tell you what makes me feel old is the movie stars and pop stars of my youth being really old, because I'm really old and they're older than me. And so the pop stars and movie stars of my youth being in their 60s and 70s does my head in. Absolutely does my head in. And it's just like, oh, I can kind of cope with myself and how old I am, but then I see how old they are and it freaks me out. It's just like...
David Bowie dying was such a head fuck.
Oh, yeah. People die. It's like, well, they're old. And it's like Michael Jackson also died at 50, but it was like, man, he was 50?
Yeah, he was such a weirdie. Yeah.
That one fucks with your head too, but David Bowie dying, like, he was always there. He was always a star.
Yeah.
And so... And you kind of go, yeah, well, I suppose he's a bit old, but he's not that old. He's old enough to die.
That was he chose that because he had some serious health issues. He chose to go out, and okay, more power to him. He released the album, waited for the reviews to come in. The album was real because it was a pretty Dark Star was a pretty good album.
It was amazing.
It was amazing album.
Really well received. He waited long enough to get the reviews for the album, and then he dipped out. They never admitted it publicly, but to me, it was quite obvious he chose. It's like he had a whole bunch of really debilitating health issues, and he just went, "Yep, I don't want this anymore." And more power to him. But
even his death was a work of art.
It was a planned, executed thing. I mean, there was a doco, like, you know, on one of the, I don't know who originally made it. I saw it on Foxtel's probably thing. It was basically tracking David Bowie's music career, and it really was like super in depth in the 70s. And there was a fun thing, like when he was doing the artiest stuff he ever did, he was in a really bad contract with a record company. Like he had to make 4 albums, and they'd really fucked him over. And he's just gone, okay, I'm going to make 4 albums, but they're going to be my albums, dude. They're going to be the weirdest fucking shit I can come up with. And I'm going to be happy with them artistically, but you are not going to make a lot of money off them. These are not... And they were really good albums, things like Diamond Dogs and whatnot. Anyway, he got out of that contract, and then he went pop. Like that was the Serious Moonlight album. That was when he had like 5 worldwide #1s in a row. He was doing stadium concerts for years, and it was the biggest fuck you to this record company. It's like, I'm just doing this really inaccessible arty stuff that my hardcore fans will like and I will like, and you fuckers will never make any money out of it. And then he got out of the contract, and he just went pop, and he made these 100 million selling album, and it was just like the old record company is just like, fuck.
But yeah, he kept those songs for him and never recorded them.
Yeah.
Or anything like that, because he knew they were the good stuff, and he just gave them basically B-sides.
The other funny thing about the doco is it went into huge detail in the stuff in the 70s and early 80s, and then he went through that really dodgy period in the late 80s and 90s where kind of no one liked what he was doing. And the doco literally spent, like a 1-hour doco, spent 50 minutes going into the 70s and early 80s, and then it goes, and then he released a couple of other albums, and then the final thing was it's probably his 3rd last album. I forget which one, but it was pretty good, as the one where he did some film clips with Tilda Swinton. And
Trent Reznor.
I think it was the one he worked on with Trent Reznor, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, because he had a comeback, a kind of goth grunge comeback.
Yeah, it was so funny. There was like all this meticulous detail about the 70s and early 80s, and then they basically literally went, then he released a couple of other albums. And we lost past them, but here's the new one. The new one's good. And but mind you, I in my misspent youth, we used to go out come out in the early hours, and you switch Rage on, and you go between 3 and 5 a.m. Rage know exactly who they're programming for.
Oh yeah.
People who are coming home from being out and are still really fucked up. And
I can't go to sleep yet.
Yeah, yes. I may have been on party favors that meant I wasn't going to sleep, and the colours were very, very, very interesting. And they were doing a Bowie marathon, and there were some videos he did for Labyrinth that were like animated and trippy as fuck. And I'm just sitting here staring at the screen, going, "This is for me. They've put this on just for me."
Yes. So many times I've done that.
Yeah. But mind you, they also did this thing that I hadn't.
One night, Tex Perkins was programming, and he put on I State and Neubatten, and the whole room that I was sitting in, we were all like, "This is us."
Yeah. Yes. 100% to Neubatten. You either know them or you don't know them, but if you know them, you know them.
Once you've seen them, you know them.
Weird German expressionist techno stuff. It's just, woo, woo. I'm not sure how that translates, actually. It probably translates as something really weird. But Einsteinsende Neubatten is like, oh, it's German. It's the only way to describe it is German. It is so German.
Well, Nick Cave got a few band members from
Blixer Bargeld, and he picked up a couple of the Einsteinsende people, and the other David Bowie thing they had on Rage that prior to this late night thing I didn't know he'd done. It was a stage show of Bertolt Brecht's Bale. And he was singing, and it was acoustic and it was transfixing. It's like, why does everyone not know this exists? Because it's apparently a really obscure thing he did. And I knew Bertolt Brecht because I did theatre and I'm a wanker. And but Bowie did a few stage things. He did the stage play of The Elephant Man that he was apparently quite good. He was the Elephant Man, and he was apparently quite good. But yeah, this one's Bertolt Brecht musical play called Bale, and I was just transfixed. I was just, what is this? Why don't I know this exists? This is amazing.
Is he the one who did the theatre thing with Bowie before Bowie died, and also did the videos for Black Star and whatnot?
No, Bertolt Brecht died in the early 20th century, I think. I'm just looking him up. Died in 1956, but he was very, very influential in 20th century theatre. But yes, so I was talking about, have you ever seen the ones where the politicians choose the music on Rage? That sounds dire. That sounds really dire.
God.
Well, unless it's Craig Emerson, former ALP minister, he knows his music. If Emo does the Rage programming, it'll be good music. And actually, from what I've seen, Albanese actually has good taste as well.
Does Rage still on the air?
What was that, Catherine?
Is Rage still on the air?
Oh, yeah, Friday night and Saturday night, yeah.
You're kidding me.
And they still use the same credits as they did back in the 80s. They were going to change them, I think, sometime in the mid-90s or noughties.
Yeah.
They were saying, it's time that we updated. We're going to update. And they did some sort of survey, should we change these very 80s graphics we have? And it was like 100%, no, keep the 80s graphics.
We're tied to, we're so emotionally tied to them.
Yeah. Kirsten knows what's up. Brecht is theatre kid stuff. Yep. Kirsten's a theatre kid. Yeah. Brecht
Did anyone see the amazing faces that Sarah Hanson-Young was pulling behind Pauline Hanson, who made her All Lives Matter motion?
No, but now I'm going to have to find the video.
Like, we are all Sarah Hanson-Young in that moment.
What? Who's the other? I think I don't know.
Safa, I think doesn't. I don't think Safa knows what rage is. Asking questions there.
No. Rage is on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Yeah, Rage starts on Friday night and Saturday night, so it goes through to Saturday morning and Sunday morning. Sometimes I still watch, not at night because I'm old, but sometimes I'll remember on a Saturday morning or Sunday morning, go, hey, Rage is probably on. I wonder what they're showing. And it's always a fun way to spend a bit of time.
I seriously thought that went off 8 years ago.
I mean, the programming between 3 and 5 a.m. is definitely for special people. Oh, I know what I've got to do, actually.
People in a very special state of mind.
Yes.
Young people. Home from the nightclubs, home from the parties.
Oh, yeah. And chemical balance in your brain is still not quite back to normal. Got to get a funnel. Right. So what I got to do, this thing, I'm going to taste test these as well. I've been brewing this all week. This lemon and lime peel in vodka.
Oh, yummy.
And I've been infusing that all week.
Get.
I just got to filter it so little bits don't get in. Maybe make a lemon drop martini with lemon and lime vodka. Hang on, I just got to do this. I'll show you the color when it's in the trusty skull decanter. Yep, it's another urine sample. That's okay. All my drinks.
Did Scott Morrison say that he was going to cut welfare to the protesters?
Oh, they keep saying that they would. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is my... That's all natural colouring there. That's just from lemon and lime peel. Oh, you just smell the lemon and lime oils in there. Oh, wow. It smells like Mortine. But anyway.
What are you using Mortine for?
Oh, that's really good. It's just really got... It's not like... You know, like if you had lime cordial or lemon cordial, it would just be sweet. It's picked up a little bit of the texture from the oils. It's like leached all the oils out of the rinds of the lemon and lime. And that tastes really good. I'm going to have to make something with it. So that's the vodka. I've also got gin.
Excuse me.
Got to put the gin in a different decanter so I don't get confused because I've got a lot of decanters that look the same. So the different skull decanter.
But it still looks like
It still looks like a skull, but it's a very different skull.
What
are you doing?
What are you doing?
Got to pour this one in. Don't want any little bits to get through, so put it through a fine strainer. It's actually going through 2 fine strainers, but we were lucky I had the second fine strainer because it's got lots of little bits in there. That's okay. All right. All right, so that's also another urine sample, the gin. That's a little skull.
Oh, yeah. The colours are close.
Yeah, I mean, they're quite different, so I'll remember. Found the stopper. Oh, that's good. That is good. Yum. Okay. I got to make something with those.
What do you have in mind?
What I'm thinking with the gin, because what is it? Okay. Where that lemon and which one was it? It was this one. Got to remember what's what in my concoctions. This syrup. This is where the lemon and lime peel came from. I peeled the lemon and lime, put them in a bowl, put caster sugar over the top of them, and left it for like a day. And the caster sugar draws all the oils out of the rinds and liquefies, turns into a syrup. And then you pour a bit of hot water on that to really melt it all in and make it a bit thinner, and stir it out and then strain out the rinds. And so now I've got sugar syrup that's infused with lemon and lime oil. And then I thought, rather than throwing the rinds out, I'm going to use the rinds again. And I put them in a decanter and added the vodka and the gin. And I thought, I have flavored vodka and flavored gin. So get double use out of it. Kirsten, which gin did you? I just used up my, I didn't want to use any of the special Australian gins. I used up my, oh, fuck, now my brain's gone blank. The London Dry I had, the Hendrix. So what I'm thinking with the gin, because sort of, that takes good. A simple gin recipe is the gin gimlet, which is just gin and lime cordial, although trendy bartenders these days won't use even a nice lime cordial. They'll use lime juice and simple syrup. So what I'm thinking, Tanqueray, it was Tanqueray. Thank you, Kirsten. You actually remembered better than I what fucking gin I had. So that was the Tanqueray. So I'm going to make a gin. I might even do it now. Make a gin gimlet with that flavored gin and this flavored syrup, because I reckon that would be real good. And I haven't decided. For the lemon vodka, I'll probably make like a lemon drop martini, which is again a thing that normally has as like martini style with lemon stuff in. But I go, I've already got lemon. So actually, I'll even look that up. What's a traditional lemon drop recipe? Lemon drop martini is vodka, orange liqueur, and lemon juice and sugar syrup. I wouldn't put lemon juice and sugar syrup. I would just put that lemon-infused sugar syrup in there. And there's another drink just called a lemon drop. Same deal. Okay, yeah. So I probably do that lemon lime infused vodka, half a shot of Cointreau, or orange liqueur, and then a shot of this lemon lime infused syrup. Because I think that would be yummy. Because I could try a White Lady, which is a nice gin cocktail that has egg white in it, saying I should practice the egg white trick. We saw this dude on a live stream on Facebook earlier tonight. Like lots of cocktails have egg whites, and how the bartender normally does it is cracking it and catches the yolk in one half and sort of turns it from half shell to half shell to get all the egg white out and keep the yolk away. What this dude on the stream did is he just cracked the top of the egg and opened a little hole in the top of the egg and then tipped it up, and all the egg white just poured out the hole and the yolk stayed inside the shell. That was very cool. It was a very cool trick. I'm not sure I'm ready to try that myself. He's a professional.
Yeah, I would say do it in a separate container first. That way you don't ruin it if yolk comes out as well.
That's the general rule. If you're being careful, if you're making something with egg white, you put the egg white in first, because if you put all your spirits in and then go tipping in egg white and you get yolk in there, you risk screwing up the whole drink. You have to throw it out. So do the egg white separation first.
Oh, I made a white lady this first today, so I'm glad I put the egg white in first. So I didn't know that.
Well, it saves you trouble. White lady is a good drink.
Yeah. Very sour, but
Yeah,
good.
it depends how you make it, of course, but normally it's like gin and Cointreau or triple sec, lemon juice, which is why it is quite sour, but sugar syrup and egg white. But it's a well-made white lady is a very bright, fresh sort of drink. Luke's saying,
it's good. It's yummy, but I kind of like cranberry better.
Oh, Luke wants to see me try the egg white trick on the live stream. I'm not quite feeling confident, Luke.
Do you have much bench space in front of you, or is it just a computer and a keyboard and a messy desk?
There's I'm in my kitchen, as you can tell, because there's fridges and stuff around me. So there's kitchen bench that the laptop's on. This is like a breakfast nook thing. There's a lower bench here that is actually designed for you to sit here and have breakfast. So I have to reach over a bit to get to the keyboard because it's not, but it's raised up, so it's at my eye level. Like the running joke now that everyone's using Zoom and Skype and everything, and you get all those really unflattering angles that are too low and are pointing up at someone. I sat here specifically because the laptop's raised up, so the webcam is at eye level, which is a bit. Safa, does a white lady have vodka in it? A white lady traditionally has gin, but there'd be nothing stopping you from making it with vodka. White lady's pretty simple. 1 to 2 shots gin, depending how strong you like it. Half a shot to a shot of the orange liqueur, depending on your taste. Half a shot to a shot of lemon. I wouldn't do a shot of lemon juice, so 3/4 of a shot of lemon juice. Half a shot of sugar syrup. Half a shot of egg white, or the egg white from one egg. So I said that's not that simple, is it? It's a few it's 5 ingredients. You can't really call a 5-ingredient cocktail simple, but it's not that fussy. Essentially,
it's an intermediate.
Thank you, Catherine. Intermediate.
Yeah.
The Singapore Sling has like 8 or 9.
Yeah. Singapore Sling is a complicated one, and most of the tiki drinks, and Singapore Sling is kind of technically a tiki drink. They tend to have 3 or 4 spirits and at least 3 or 4 juices, and often a syrup and maybe bitters. So yeah, a tiki drink typically has 6 to 8 ingredients in it. But my favorites are like 3-ingredient drinks: whiskey sour, whiskey, lemon juice, sweetener. 4. I like to put egg white in it, so 4 ingredients. A sidecar, vodka, Cointreau, and lemon juice. No, sorry, brandy. Why did I say vodka? Brandy, Cointreau, and lemon juice is a sidecar. And, you get a margarita, which is like tequila, Cointreau, and lime juice. There are a lot of good 3-ingredient cocktails. There are a lot of really good 3-ingredient cocktails. But it's fun to kind of mess around. I'm just going to it's going to change it a bit. I'm going to put a little bit of this in. I'm going to put a little bit of this in.
Yeah.
My ambition is to make a good Singapore sling. That is my ultimate goal.
That's a good one. Kirsten's saying the only reason she hasn't joined in the live stream, hubby's watching sports ball. She hasn't got a proper light set up, so she's worried that it's like bad angle and too many chins. We've all got too many chins.
Yeah.
We all did this. We all went, no, I've got many chins. We all did that. I'm trying to decide. Yeah, I'm gonna try a gimlet with my special stuff. All right. How much gin do people normally say you put in a gimlet? Probably a lot. What are the good folk at Difford's? I trust them. 1.5 shots. God, they've been really complicated. Oh, Geneva. Ooh. Well, I could be flash and put half a shot of Okar Gold in there. Okay. Well, no. Okay. I'm just going to be a bit flash. All right. Here we go. Now, I'm just going to do gin, actually. All right. So, gin. I'm going to do 2 shots of gin and 1 shot of my syrup. Okay, funny thing. I can show you an unrelated story about this decanter. It's I don't know if you can see. It's got like a ridged plastic thing to hold it in place here, and you would think, okay, that's there, that's staying in. But there's some weird physics at play. It tends to slowly work its way out. And I didn't realize that until recently. Like when I used to keep stuff on the fridge before I had these bar carts. I one day I went and found the bottle of, it was like some flavored vodka or whatever, and the lid was off. And I thought one of my offspring had drunk some of my booze and hadn't said anything. And at that stage, they were 17 and 19. And I wasn't like really angry about it or anything, but I thought, well, you should just tell me, or, I don't want you to do stuff secretly. You should talk to me. And they both said, I didn't drink any of it. And I went, well, it's this stopper that's designed to stay in really firmly, was out. And so if it wasn't one of you, the alternative is it spontaneously came out. And they went, I didn't have any of it. And I thought, and I had to think long and hard. I thought, they don't have any reason to lie to me, because I made it clear that, they weren't in trouble. They don't have to lie and all this sort of thing. I said, no, I just didn't, it wasn't me. I didn't drink it. And I thought, okay, I actually have to now believe the stopper spontaneously came out, which doesn't make any sense. But, and I just remember growing up, if I was in that circumstances, I would have got belted something severe for lying. And I went, no, I'm going to believe them. And then one day I was sitting here in the kitchen and there was this weird noise of something falling, and the stopper had spontaneously popped out of the thing. And I was here, and there's something, I don't know what it is, if there's vapor or pressure in here and whatnot, and it pushed the stopper out and it spontaneously popped out. And my jaw was like, oh my God, if I hadn't believed my offspring and had yelled at them and said they were lying and shit, I would have hated myself so much. But I took the risk and I believed them, and it turns out they were telling the truth. The stopper spontaneously popped out. And
is there any gas or pressure involved? Or like maybe like there's a buildup of gases in the bottle and that would force the stopper out? Like slowly over time?
Yeah, I know. Kirsten's confirming liquor corks do that all the time. She has to recork her bottles all the time.
I prefer to believe you have an alcoholic ghost.
Honestly, that's a better explanation. That is a better explanation. I like that.
Coming out in your dear.
Yeah.
Everything ghosts.
Alcoholic ghosts.
Elves.
Elves, the little folk.
The wee folk.
The wee folk.
In a previous place that I lived in was an apartment building, and I read a little blog post about it that I called The Smoking Ghost. And I'm going like, I think I've got a ghost in my flat that smokes, because every now and then it's like I'll be usually in the kitchen and there'll be this smell that's exactly like someone smoking. I don't smoke. No one in my flat smokes, but it was definitely cigarette smoke. And there was no one outside the windows smoking or anything. And I was just going, I just put it down to the smoking ghost that lives in my house. Someone eventually said, you know what it is? You're in a block of flats. It's shared plumbing. Someone in another flat is smoking in their kitchen, and the smoke's traveling down the pipes and coming out your pipes. And I'm going, well, that's logical, but I have a smoking ghost.
Boring.
Yeah, logical but boring. I have a smoking ghost.
So where's Ainsy?
We are so lucky to have Kirsten in the stream. Kirsten just knows the booze nerd. Or I actually like Fafa says that the queen of liquor.
Queen of liquor.
There was a bit of that yarn that I was unraveling that I just chucked in the bin because I had to tear it into such small pieces that I don't trust Cat to not accidentally eat it because he's an idiot.
Oh, yes.
And it's not worth it. So he's only got, I think he's got about 4 or 5 little raveled up bits that I can make sure aren't small enough that he'll eat.
Yeah.
Cat.
That's my gin gimlet. That's my version of it.
Oh, that looks nice. Nom nom.
Oh, that's so nice. It's like the syrup is really rich, and then you're just getting the flavors of the citrus oils. Like it's great because it's not like cordial flavor. It's not, you're getting the sweetness because there's a sugar syrup in here, but it's actual citrus oil flavors. Oh God, it's good. Oh, Safa wants an update on AZ, and I did talk to our man today.
How's he going?
He actually sounded really good today, and I think this helps that he's been under supervision and been made to stay in a bed, and because he just falls over if he ever gets out of a bed.
I hate that.
He's railing against the hospital authorities because they want to get him off medication. Like they think he's been taking like too much Valium and too much pain meds, and they think he'll be better if he's. And he's going, well, what are you going to do about my anxiety and my pain? He's going, we think we can help that if we get you off the drugs. And he's going, oh, you're taking me off my anxiety medication and my pain medication, and you think that'll make my anxiety and pain better? Okay. And but he actually did sound. He has like zero motor reflex control. Like it's very hard for him to even like hold a phone and stuff. So his fingers won't do what he wants them to do at the moment, and he falls over if he gets out of bed. But just being under care and rested, he sounded like 1,000,000% more alert. He complained they said there's a condition like his brain is aphasic, which means different parts of his brain that should communicate aren't, because they're kind of operating at different speeds. So he regularly has trouble remembering words or phrases he wants to say. But generally he actually sounded much better. But he thinks they're going to try and keep him for a long time because they want to have him on a rehab program. I think that's actually both don't use drugs rehab and physical therapy rehab to try. He thinks he's going to be there for months. He reckons they're going to have a hold of him for months, which hasn't happened for the longest time. Normally he talks his way out of staying in hospital for more than a couple of days. But he thinks, and he says the big problem is he falls over, and he falls over in front of medical people. If he tries to get up, he just falls over. And so they're not letting him go. And I said, you know what's happening, man? They were all geared up to be completely overwhelmed with COVID patients. And they amped themselves up for months. But then we kept it under control beyond what anyone could have hoped for. And they haven't had this massive onslaught. So they're all keyed up and they go, oh, the COVID patients, but AIDS is here. Let's put all our attention on AIDS. AIDS is worth 20 COVID patients.
All right, we've got a major game to play. Oh, wait. Nothing's happening. Yeah, interesting. Let's go annoy him.
It's like he's their favorite lab case. They can all come and go, this is the guy that shouldn't be alive. Let's all fucking fixate on him for a while. But I think at the start of the pandemic, we were really worried if he had one of his turns, which normally happen a couple times a year, and he ended up going to hospital when it was full of coronavirus patients, and he's got like no immune system, that would be super bad, and he'd be at such high risk. But there's no COVID patients in the hospitals, and so it's actually good that he's in hospital. But he reckons they're going to keep him for a long time. But the plus side is he's been looked after. So
the downside is it doesn't sound like he's cooperating.
He kind of is. It's funny, like to nursing staff, he's super nice. He loves nursing staff. To doctors, he's really rude. But you know, he thinks doctors all have God complexes, and they annoy him. So he tries to make life difficult for doctors and make life easy for nursing and ancillary staff. Hi.
Say hi, Shaylee.
Hi.
Hi, Shaylee.
Hello, Shaylee.
I've got Fizzy.
Fizzy, nice. So I did talk to Aigsy today. He was actually sounding quite alert, which was good.
That's good news.
He hasn't worked out how to work his iPad yet, but he's hopeful that when he has his iPad working, because to join a live stream, all he'd have to do is like tap a thing, and then he'd be in the live stream. That once he's got that working, he may be able to join the live streams, which would be good because it would help him to not go crazy in the hospital if he could talk at people for a while. So but you know, it's a bit of a thing that he's going through at the moment. But you know, AIDS is AIDS. He's soldiering on. He's, like I said, making life miserable for as many doctors as he can, and but like I mean, like he's even saying like the staff have to feed him because if they leave food in front of him with eating utensils, less than 50% goes in his mouth, and the rest is sort of strewn around the bed, which they don't like.
Yeah, more cleaning.
Yes. So it actually helps if someone feeds him. So that's how bad his motor reflexes are at the moment. But that's where you think that came from, him not admitting to anyone how flaky he was, and he kept falling over and hitting his head, and so he got quite concussed, which is bad for anyone. but is really bad for him. On top of everything else, he doesn't need concussion complicating things.
So how are his head scans? Like, are they good, bad?
I didn't get into that level of detail, honestly, but I think a scan of his head would show lots of contusions around, like his brain's being bounced around his skull far more than it should be. So
yeah.
So he's that, but it actually does really seem to be working. Like I said, he was complaining, and yes, I completely understand when he can't, trust his hands and stuff, and it really frustrates him. This aphasic thing that makes it hard for him to grab onto a word he's trying to say. But just generally, he sounded really alert, and I don't think he appreciates how big an improvement that is. So he's, there's people, he's under care. It's good. So, but yeah, he's not happy with how long it's looking like being, but oh, Adele's got a Slytherin top on. That's the first time I've noticed you've got a Slytherin top on.
Mm-hmm.
You're on mute. Just going to say...
Sorry.
Yeah.
While I was trying to blow out candles and relocate.
Yeah.
This is currently the only jumper that fits me properly because I've lost too much weight. But yeah, it's been quite fun because Fridays are casual Fridays at work, and I was like, at the moment, until I can be bothered going shopping, I'm wearing this, and
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Yeah. That's cool. Losing weight, what's that like?
I have the exact same problem. I'm having a lot of trouble finding clothes that fit right now. Like last night, I was at the gym, and I was like having to stop every 5 reps or so to pull up pants.
Yeah. And it's so annoying, but it's such a good feeling at the same time because you're like, really? But also, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's excellent. I love that. It's just doing it at the gym, like, whoops, okay, here we go. Just up there.
Yeah.
See, my solution is I don't go to a gym. So I never have that problem. I know it's funny. Is my current job? What are we in? There's 2 more weeks to go on my current job unless they extend it. And the boss said today he's almost sure they're going to approve budget to extend. But it's like, dude, you kind of been saying that for 2 weeks and it hasn't advanced in 2 weeks. So, but there's a meeting on Monday for the executive people who make this sort of decision. Because apparently how it went is the person in charge of the department just went like, my whole team was contracted to the end of the financial year, and that's where the budgets go. And they went, that's cool, they can finish and that'll be done. We're doing cybersecurity. And then apparently when the person really high up reviewed the budgets, they said to the boss of my department, I see that you're not spending any money on cybersecurity next year. Is that a good idea? And they went, maybe. And so then they've run back going, oh my God, apparently I'm supposed to keep spending money on cybersecurity. And it's like, oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
But I would rather stay than have to go back in the job market. But because I've been doing cybersecurity for a while now, that's in really high demand. So I probably won't have trouble getting another job. But, for this whole, COVID thing, I've been employed the whole time. And, so many people have been under so much stress. And it's like, I'm not. Sorry. I'm really cautious about saying, good, I'm loving it, dude. I'm working from home. I don't have to commute. I actually feel more productive and get more done at home. And families and I know some people have lost their brains during sort of COVID isolation because they are around their family. I'm like, dude, I kind of like being around my family. So sorry to the people who find that stressful, but I quite like it. And so I'm good. I'm fine. I've been getting paid. It's like my accountant, because this is complicated because I'm a contractor. I have my own company that I contract through. So it's super surreal. I'm employed by my own company, and my accountant emailed me and went like, you're eligible for Jobs Keeper, so register for it because you can pay yourself from the government if you're not getting paid. And I was like, cool. So I went in and registered, but the whole key thing with JobKeeper is you get that money from the government if your revenue's gone down, and it's like, well, my revenue hasn't gone down because I'm still employed. So I was like, okay, I registered, but I can't get anything because my revenue hasn't gone down. But theoretically, if they don't extend the contract, then I can go to the government and go, oh, my revenue went from this to zero. So give me some money. But it's super weird because I'm my own employer. I'm the director of the company that employs me as a PAYE. It's weird. It's fucking weird.
But technically, couldn't you just, if you lose this contract and don't get another renewal, couldn't you just go on the JobKeeper payment?
Yep.
Not look for new contracts?
Yep, I could absolutely do that. That's why I'm not particularly stressed. It's like if they don't extend it, I'm like, cool, I'll go and tell the agencies that I'm available. And I'll also tell the government, guess what? Give me JobKeeper money because my revenue just went from here to actually zero. So give me some money, which is a fucking scam, quite honestly. But fuck it, I'm going to do it. If it comes to that, I'm going to do it.
I mean, honestly, I'm not sure how the federal budget can afford it.
Well, the thing is, in situations like this, the government has to spend money to stop the economy collapse. It's how the Rudd government stopped the economy from collapsing in the global financial crisis. Australia coasted through that like virtually no one else because the Rudd government just put billions of dollars into infrastructure programs, which kept construction people employed. And so they kept spending money, which kept a bunch of other people employed and kept the economy running. So that's what they have to do. I like Luke, when we were talking about gyms, he's doing the Homer Simpson. Gime? What's a gime? And then sees people doing weights. Oh, a gime. Okay, cool. So Kirsten's at home with her husband. Oh, of course, he's your favorite person. Well, I say of course, but I've heard from lots of people who are very stressed by their home relationship. So happy to spend time with him. And your friend is home with her fiance, who she finds it hard to be around full time. See, that's the thing. And I've got some friends who have very young kids who are finding it very stressful. And I keep hearing stories and social media and the actual media saying things about married couples or cohabiting couples who aren't coping with having no away time from each other. And I'm like, I feel almost mean saying it, but it's like, dude, I'm cool. Just being able to hang out with Mrs. Angry between meetings and calls and stuff, and keep making jokes about, I'm going to get a hug, going to get a cuddle, going to get a kiss. Ooh, this is really frowned upon in my workplace normally. I mean, honestly, when I'm in the office, if I go up to co-workers and kiss a cuddle, kiss a kiss, straight off to HR, straight off to HR.
Crazy, dude.
Not into it at all. Luke, yes, apparently they are going to stop JobKeeper. Yes, but it's I don't know. The LNP are fucking useless. I have no faith in those people at all. Oh no, my glass is empty.
Me too. I'm going to make a hot chocolate orange.
Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Yeah. I'm going to have to, I keep saying, I'm going to have to experiment with, because I don't like coffee. and there's some really popular cocktails that are coffee-based, notably the espresso martini, but there's also a couple of others. And I keep saying I'm going to experiment with drinking chocolate, like really like high cacao drinking chocolate and a thing. Kirsten likes lunch smooching, and having a coffee slave working from home, which is nice. Yes, I was always making jokes about inappropriate behavior in the workplace. Like, when finishing like a meeting or something, going, I should empty the dishwasher and then refill it and run it again. And like someone's messaged me at work, trying to get you, I go, oh yeah, I was just away. I was stacking the dishwasher so my coworker didn't leave me passive aggressive notes. Have you ever been in an office thing where you get all these notes around the kitchen about your mother doesn't work here, clean up the kitchen, and so I was just making jokes about I have to take 10 minutes out to empty the dishwasher, then refill it so my coworker doesn't leave passive aggressive notes about how messy I'm leaving the kitchen. Okay. So I dressed up, ready to do a video, and there's no way I'm making a video. It's just formal Friday. But I will try and make some videos over the weekend so I can post them next week. I haven't decided what to do. Maybe do that hot chocolate replacing coffee thing, because coffee sucks. I don't. It's super weird. Not liking, and I'm not trying to. You got to be careful that you don't like come across like a hipster or something. Like, I don't like that. Everyone likes it, but I don't like it. It's like, I appreciate that lots of people like coffee. I just have never come close to liking coffee. Like, even like coffee flavored chocolate. Oh no, Kirsten, your dishwasher's broken. So you are a dishwasher. Oh God. I mean, there's some stuff that are washed by hand, but doing all the washing up by hand. I haven't had to do that for a little while.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you probably wouldn't want to wash all your fancy drinkware in the dishwasher.
Glassware goes in the dishwasher because the dishwasher is good at really cleaning it. Kirsten tells me I'm really bad for putting my shaker in the dishwasher because it can warp it. That I don't know. I'm very lazy. But I find stuff that has markings on it, like measuring cups, dishwashers tend to strip off if it's painted on marking. So also I was worried about it stripping the sort of enamel off my jigger here. I don't know if you can see it's got ridges on it. This is a really cool thing. Like, that's half ounce, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. This is a really good measuring jigger. I don't put this in the dishwasher. I wash this by hand. Luke is right. I am in Melbourne, home of hipsters. Safa, I'm more like, I hardly ever drink tea, but I do sometimes. I never drink coffee because it's gross. I drink tea sometimes. I'm more likely to drink hot chocolate, which is why I'm thinking of substituting chocolate for coffee in a few drinks. I just remembered I did. Oh, hello, OP. Hello.
Hey, OP.
I'm kind of surprised Mimsy hasn't stuck her head in. She's done this weird thing about wanting attention from me recently, and I'm banging on the door to the kitchen. I just remembered I did a milk clarified cocktail in last night's live stream, and I haven't tasted it yet. Oh, I'm going to taste test. It was like a tiki drink. It was a King Kamehameha.
Oh, mayo.
And I made it pretty. This holds about 300 mils. This skull decanter. So that's about 250 mils. So that's a few drinks in there. Although it's half fruit juice. But yeah, it was a really nice amber color. I love the clarification process because this was a sort of gross, cloudy brown, and now it's this really brilliant. Kind of looks like beer. I don't know. I'm gonna pour it in my glass.
Yeah.
A little bit more because
in a very long time making the distance. Beer.
I just don't like beer. I cannot get behind beer. So I'll try and show you. We worked out that if I put a light behind this, you see that's the true color of it. It's a really nice amber color. So it's a really nice color. See, I turn the light off and it looks much darker. But now the taste test. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. God, what's this taste like? I don't know. My taste buds might have been overwhelmed by everything else I've been tasting tonight, but this is the lime juice is coming through definitely. God, this is just an indeterminate taste. Like this was a tiki drink, so it has a couple of rums. God, I've got to try and remember. I don't even. There's something bitter. I think I put Aperol in this. Look up the recipe again. King Kamehameha cocktail. It was the Magnum inspired on Reddit. There we go. From How to Drink, a really good YouTube channel. So what did I put in? Sugar syrup, passion fruit, pineapple, orange. Yeah, there is Aperol in this. So this has so Aperol is bitter, and there is a little just a really delicate bitter taste at the end. So it's like rum, fruit juices, and Aperol. God, it's good. So Luke, after saying I'm in the home of the hipsters, Luke's admitting he's home of the serial killers. Adelaide. Home of the serial killers. Back when I lived in Sydney in the 90s, I was friends with these guys who were in a band called the Sweets of Sin. They originally formed in Adelaide, and they had a song inspired by the Adelaide Zoo massacre when some absolute freaks broke into the Adelaide Zoo and killed a bunch of animals. And there were all these rumors that they may have had inappropriate physical relations with the animals when they stabbed them. It was just one of those things that Adelaide's fucked up, isn't it?
I've heard of that. When did that happen?
In the 80s.
Okay,
I'm gonna go to Google. Adelaide Zoo massacre. See what comes up.
Because I'd heard of bodies in the barrels, and the
Adelaide Zoo dark history, a tale of a massacre, dismemberment, and drunk elephant handlers. Ooh, cool. Okay, 1902, someone got killed by a bear. Okay, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's random.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. 1950. Oh yeah, 2002. No, wait, no, it was much. An anonymous assailant climbs the children's zoo enclosure and bludgeons 16 guinea pigs. Here we go. 1985. Two unemployed 18-year-olds climb over the fence with a sheath knife and a double-bladed hunting knife. They make their way to the children's zoo, bash and cut the throats of 64 animals. We watch the teens move to the alligator enclosure, where one of them beats a placid 2 meter over the head with the iron bar. He climbs in and lodges the bar in the croc's eye before he pulls it onto the grass, hits it repeatedly until it's dead, before throwing the animal by its tail outside the enclosure, where he disembowels it and cuts off a foot. One of the teenagers later tells the detective some of them was running around, and the only way to stop them was to slash at them. So that was the one the song was about. 1985, 2 fucking mental cases killed 64 animals at the zoo with a knife.
Whoa.
Up.
No, well, that was the year before I was born. No wonder I hadn't heard of it.
That's why you hadn't heard of it, Catherine.
Yeah.
Yes, friends of mine did a song about it called Strange Things. But yes, so that was when, and also a friend of mine who grew up in Adelaide, there was this reputed group of very connected people like politicians and lawyers and judges, and the family. Addie knows them. The family.
I grew up hearing about that story.
Yeah, the story goes they would kidnap at-risk and homeless youth from the streets, abuse and murder them.
Young boys.
Yeah, they had a predilection for young boys. And all the rumours was it was the high and mighty of Adelaide who were behind it. Ooh, Adelaide, such a weird fucked
and like there was like Truro murders.
Which ones are you talking
about? There's the Truro nurse murders. Hang on.
Yes. Oh my God, Adelaide, city of churches and axe murderers. Yeah.
And obviously Snowtown.
Snowtown's pretty famous. Yes.
Yeah, the Truro murders.
Stella highlighting, yes, South Australia tourism did a series of ads where the soundtrack was Nick Cave's Red Right Hand, which is just like, okay.
Did they?
They really, the ads were in black and white and were very moody and noir and just playing Red Right Hand. It's just like, well, fucking lean into it, guys. Lean into it is what I'm saying. Fucking hell, that was weird.
Ass off.
Yeah.
Nick loved it. Hey, where did Catherine go?
I don't know. She just vanished. Hopefully she's going to come back. Speaking of Red Right Hand, I've got back into watching Peaky Blinders. I'd watched the first 2 seasons and then stopped watching for a while because they used Red Right Hand as the theme music. The end of the second season, because they've got Winston Churchill is using the central character to kill people for political gain, and so he's like killing Irish revolutionaries. And there's right at the end of the second season, when it looked like things are going right, he actually gets captured by this hit squad that are sort of Northern Irish Ulstermen who are going to do the dirty work for the dirty cop and kill the central character. And but one of them is actually working more for Winston Churchill, and they've decided that our man is a really effective killer, and he actually kills the other 2 of the hit squad and says, you're going to be required to do some work for us. Catherine's back.
Sorry, everything just slowed down to a crawl, and I'm like, well, my battery's about to die. I'll get my charger and see if that fixes it. So
there you go. Excellent. You're back. Oh, Kirsten's going to move to Adelaide, or hubby wants to move to Adelaide. It's a really nice city. It actually, for all the jokes about the serial killers and stuff,
we haven't had a serial killer for a while now. We've since gun control and Centrelink having proper security measures.
You should work for Tourism South Australia, Adelaide. Addie, it's like, Adelaide, we haven't had a serial killer for a while.
So the last time we had something that was close, which people were calling him a serial killer, he wasn't. He killed 2 people. You have to kill 3 or more to be a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the classification. It's like when people go, oh, this person's a psychopath. No, they're just a dickhead. It's very
Yeah. It's kind of like the next tourism slogan for South Australia. Not as bad as you think. You know. It's like,
better now. We've got distilleries everywhere.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, so many distilleries. It's Kirsten knows. It's like there are literally hundreds of independent distilleries scattered around Australia, which I think is fucking awesome.
We've got a great
People are taking the trouble to do that.
here.
Yeah, I gotta love the Adelaide Hills.
Oh, so right.
It's so good.
Yeah.
The last time I went to Adelaide, I actually drove there from Melbourne it was like for a YouTube friend. So filled up my car with YouTube people and we drove from Melbourne to Adelaide and back.
Did you do it in the night or?
No, we did it during on the way there. We did the long way. We went along the Great Ocean Road, so there was lots of scenery. But on the way back, we were kind of over it, so we just took the direct inland way back. So
Yeah.
I've always wanted to take the time, do like a big train ride.
yeah,
Oh, that'll be fun.
like the Indian.
Frozen. What I said awful?
No. I swear with the Great Ocean Road, it's like you're driving along a big roller cliff and you think you get to the end and then you turn the corner and it just keeps on going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have the occasional problem where an incredibly large rock rolls down from the hillside and hits the road. Like I've been driving along there and you round a corner and there's these barriers up and it's down to one lane because a huge fuck off rock has rolled down the cliffside and landed on the road and blocked an entire line. So it's a rock that weighs approximately 5 times more than a car has hit. And you're just driving and you go, oh my God. Imagine if you were driving along and that boof.
That road is scary.
Yeah,
that road is really scary.
I like it. I like particularly if someone from overseas is visiting, I like to take them on a drive out there. But you always got to say, are you even slightly prone to travel sickness? Because if you are, you need to take one of these tablets before the drive because this is one of the most twisty-turny roads in existence. And if you're even slightly prone to travel sickness, this...
Yeah, because that is nauseating. Like, I don't throw up that much, but I was definitely nauseous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty tough road if you're even slightly prone to travel sick. Oh, goodness me. Ooh, I'm thinking because I did that lemon lime gin. I have to try the lemon lime vodka as well. I could do a lemon drop cruster, which is the vodka with limoncello. I have some limoncello. Or a lemon drop martini, which is citrus vodka and triple sec. That's probably closer to the mark. Or just a straight up lemon drop is what? Vodka triple. Do I want to? No, I don't want to put limoncello in, although I haven't used limoncello for ages. I think, I'm going to try. This is a shaken one as well. I'm going to try my lemon lime vodka because I've tried the gin. I want to try the vodka. Ooh, what's that? So Kirsten's saying when I was talking about the number of distilleries, there is a list called the whiskey list that covers everything, not just whiskey, but they count 293 distilleries in Australia, which is wicked. That's great.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. When everything's back to normal, I'll really get into stuff. Oh yes, Safa, do the Russians. Is it Russia Day today? Is that today or yesterday? It was Russia Day either today or yesterday, which was when the anniversary of when the Russian Federation was declared.
Okay, I don't know much about that.
No, today is Russia Day. That is in 1990. On this day, the Russian Federation was declared, and Russia Day has been celebrated since 1992. But what it commemorates is like the declaration of the Russian Federation in 1990. So it's the 30th anniversary of the Russian Federation. So that's like post-Soviet Union.
So is that the end of the USSR?
I'm not sure when we'd say the USSR ended, but 1990 was when the Russian Federation was declared. And this is the 28th Russia Day, as Safa says, but it commemorates the declaration of the Federation of Russia on 1990. So it's the 30th anniversary of the declaration of the Federation of Russia, but it's the 28th Russia Day. They didn't start saying Russia Day until 1992. Apparently, it's not universally regarded as a significant day in Russia. It's less than half. Because I read up on this. You know how I'm always trying to get a theme for the live streams? I did see today was Russia Day, and I looked it up, and I very nearly made it Russia Day, but but then I like Cachaca's Day because I could drink cachaça. I suppose I could drink vodka for Russia Day.
Yeah, but if it was Russia Day, it would be vodka day.
Yeah, vodka day. But yeah, so it's only been Russia. Oh, okay. No, Safa's correcting me. The USSR collapsed Christmas Day in 1991. Safa is as old as his country. There you go. So Russia, the official Russia Day was 1992. That was the first day that Russia Day was celebrated. And it's becoming apparently more and more accepted. Still less than apparently 50% of Russians think it's a big day, but it gets bigger and bigger each year. So maybe think so. There you go. It's Russia Day today. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to drink some vodka for Russia Day then. Okay.
Yeah.
My excuse.
That's the way you celebrate everything with a drink.
Yeah, celebrate with a drink. All right, I got to put some ice in my shaker. Right. Vodka.
What kind of vodka do you have?
This one, the lemon lime vodka.
Lovely.
So I haven't put this in a drink. So I'm going to do lemon lime vodka and lemon lime syrup and some orange liqueur.
I love Stella's pointed out. So it's like how no one gave a shit about Australia Day until little Johnny Howard made a big deal out of it.
Ugh. Yeah, it's only been a national holiday since like 1990 something.
Yeah, so I get annoyed at people my age who carry on of you can't change the date because I'm like, bitch, it hasn't even been on the same day for as long as you've been alive. Shut up. Like,
What?
Yeah, Australia Day has only been a national holiday since the early 90s.
and it's date all the time for
Yes, states used to have it on different dates all the time. Okay, so a lemon drop martini is apparently 2 shots of vodka. So half, 2 shots of my lemon lime vodka. Saying quarter shot of triple sec. I've got blood orange rather than triple sec. So
When was that cover? When the Queen signed the Australia Act. Do we know when that was?
Sorry, what are we talking about?
Was it our Queen? I think that would have been Queen Victoria. But I got to go because I'm not feeling quite tip-top.
Oh, you've had one of two things. Time to retire for the evening, Nettie.
Yeah. So good night, guys.
All right, good night.
Have a great night.
Nice to see you. All right. I'm going to have this drink. God, it's only 10:30. It's fucking Friday. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? So Federation Day for Australia was actually January 1st, which is actually a shitty day for
public holiday.
I'm all for Jesus, make like Marbo Day Australia Day or something. The day where we actually legally said, yeah, everything we've said for the last 200 years is a fucking lie. Let's own up to it and try and make things better. Make it Reconciliation Day. Make it Marbo Day or Day. It's like fucking, or just cut ties with the British monarchy on an arbitrary day and make that Australia Day. Just say like, yeah, we are now constitutionally separated from the British monarchy.
Yeah, but we haven't voted to be a republic since like the 90s, and we lost that vote.
Oh, that's because Howard totally sabotaged the process. That also shows his political skills, that he knew exactly how to completely sabotage the process so the vote wouldn't come through. Stuff going from Russia to Australia is moving from one drinking country to another drinking country. So, Stella, you think it should also? Actually, I don't mind. Rather than an arbitrary date, make it a long weekend, third Friday in January or something.
Yeah, yeah. And then school could always start again on the Monday, because that's usually when school starts anyway.
Someone wants to know in Republic. I'm very much Republican. The idea of us having a foreign head of state is absolutely repulsive to me. And we know from experience, November 11th, 1975, our democratically elected government can be overthrown by a non-elected appointee of the Crown, which is fucking bullshit. So David's saying go the whole hog, become a republic, change the flag, change the anthem, change Australia Day. Okay. Jeez, David's taking a hand grenade to everything. Abolish state governments as well. I don't think you'd ever get states to agree to that, basically.
And also you'd have to completely restructure the constitution if you're going to get rid of state government, because it is put into the constitution. So I don't know that would ever get agreed to.
I'm reasonably convinced it wouldn't. Oh, this is good.
I think you need state government at that level to be able to function properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's look. You can have a whole debate there, definitely. But given how the Constitution is now, I don't envision ever getting rid of the states because of the sort of thing that would have to happen constitutionally. People would never agree to it. So, Safa, does the UK flag mean anything? Well, we do have the Union Jack on our flag, as we are a vassal state, a colony of the empire. So,
I don't remember much, but in the 90s, maybe around the time of the referendum, they wanted to change the Australian flag, and there was a whole bunch of different flag suggestions in the paper. That I remember.
Yeah, look, I'll show you. I'll try and find it. I had a really good graphic.
David was saying, to at least get the states to have all the same laws. Well, that kind of defeats the point of having the state government. The point of the states having specific powers is that they can decide what works best for their state. So, yes, it's confusing for people, but things like ambulance cover, driving restrictions such as like speed limits on highways and all that kind of thing, that's going to be controlled by the state because it's based on what they deemed acceptable.
Okay, is that showing up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that design. I got that was from Adam Briggs, the Indigenous rapper, because it turns out what we regard as the Aboriginal flag, someone actually has a copyright on. So he did that one. I really like that design with this. Also because it really gets up the nose of racists.
Yeah.
which is
the truth of where our history's from. We're on land that was stolen, that had functioning governments, functioning farming, and had communities that worked perfectly well until colonizers came and destroyed everything.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of that design myself. Not least because it winds up the racists. So yes, Briggs from Shepparton Safa, Shep Life. Oh my God, that's a good album. That must be like 10 years old now. When did Shep Life? Now I have to look that up because we're on the internet. When did Shep Life come out? Briggs rapper living in a town like Shep. When did Shep Life? 2014, so 6 years ago. Good album. Really, Briggs's album Shep Life, where among other things he's talking about growing up in Shepparton, is really good. He's funny as well. Like he's a really good rapper, but he is so funny. Like when he's on Charlie Pickering's show, he is so fucking funny. The one thing I really loved is when one of the segments Charlie Pickering had him on for saying about the Indigenous identity. So the graphic they had behind Briggs, I don't know, it was like Uluru or something, and Briggs goes, "Come on, Charlie, make it real, son. I've got nothing to do with Uluru. Let's show my roots." And then it showed like a caravan park in Shepparton, and he's like, "Yeah, that's it." He's going, "Yeah, that's my people there." Briggs is so funny. Even like the song he released last year. It was called Life is Incredible, I think. It's called Life is Incredible. It was one of my favorite songs of the year. It was just this really beautiful sort of R&B hip hop thing. The visual joke, the film clip is set in a retirement home, and all the white people are like in the retirement home are 60, 70 plus. But the Indigenous people are in their 30s because of the comparative life expectancy. So Briggs and his friend are in a retirement home, 70-year-old white people, just because of the comparative life expectancy. And the song's really groovy, and there's this. I think he's an English pop star. Is doing like the chorus. This is a miracle. Oh, life is incredible. And the final chorus is the guy just starts going, "Ooh, being white is incredible." Just like Briggs' sense of humor comes out. Like you hear Briggs when the guy starts saying being white is incredible. Briggs goes, "Ooh, plot twist." And then the guy starts saying everything that's cool about being white. Craft beer is incredible. Farmers markets are incredible. It's just like the whole song was this enormous piss take. And it's besides he's a good spokesperson. He's good politically. He's a good rapper, but he's funny as fuck as well.
Yeah.
When he does comedy, he is so funny.
And now the live stream has been demonetized.
Yeah, what? Because I brought up Indigenous rights.
No, because he sung someone else's song.
Oh, yeah, no, I breached copyright by singing. Yeah. No, I would be really weird at it. No, for reals, when I've shared videos on live streams before, it's always got I've never got a copyright strike. It's just gone, oh, you shared something, so they might put an ad on your stream. It's like, dude, no one's watching my stream after the stream, okay? You can do whatever you want. I don't care. I would crack up laughing if they picked me singing off key and you dude, that's copyright, dude. That's copyright what you did right there. That would just be funny. I would just find that hilarious. Oh God, Safi, your sister's a cop in Shepparton. That's got to be fucking wild. David wants Tassie to be the own country and be you'd be so rich. If you declared Tassie a tax haven, you would be so rich. That would be amazing. Stella, yes, I know. Okay, regulars will watch the streams back later. And like everyone always says, oh yeah, I was doing the housework, so I put one of the streams on, and which is cool because that's what it's all about, just vibe for a couple of hours. But yeah, I mean, that's half a dozen to a couple of dozen diehards who will watch the streams back later. I'm not worried about if someone says, "No, you breached our copyright there. We're going to put it out on it."
Oh yeah.
Hip hop insightful and hilarious. I'm a huge, unironic fan of Aussie hip hop. Briggs, Hilltop Hoods, Draft. There's, and in fact, what I've picked up from Triple J from the last couple of years, particularly female artists who are sort of crossing over hip hop and pop, people like Thelma Plum and G Flip, and there are just some really good poppy female artists come out in the last 5 or so years. And Triple J Unearthed has been really important in that. And I used to think Thelma, I don't know if anyone's familiar with Thelma Plum. I used to think her stuff was a little bit overproduced, a little bit slick. But I heard her last album and I'm like, nah, I'm on board now. This is good. I like this. Yeah. Oh, so Kirsten's actually made the Oka chocolate liqueur mix with Starwood Slay. We have a winner. Now we just have to have a name for a bitter chocolate Australian whiskey, an Australian bitter whiskey chocolate liqueur. Okay, this is everyone. Put your thinking caps on. We need it for this. It's Oka bitter chocolate liqueur, Starwood Solara whiskey. Ooh.
Bitter chocolate Australian. Okay.
Oh yeah. No, we've got to come up with a good name for that. Oh yes, as we pointed out, we've been talking about Adelaide a lot because so many of the people in the stream are from Adelaide. Hilltop Hoods, Adelaide.
Yes. And from Adelaide, she does hip hop.
Yeah. At the Black Lives Matter rally in Melbourne, Sampa the Great did a performance in Fed Square. She's fucking awesome. She's really good. There are so many, in the last 5 or so years. And like I said, people can rag on Triple J as much as they like. I like Triple J, and particularly Triple J Unearthed has let so many people break through that it would be outside the normal industry.
Yeah.
What's her name who has that really idiosyncratic voice that some people hate, but has ended up being really successful?
Amy Shark.
Sorry, who are you saying, Andy?
It was Amy Shark. I know she's very.
No, Amy Shark's a bit more straightforward, and I really like Amy Shark.
I love her voice.
Killing Time or something was the song she had.
No.
She's like she has a really idiosyncratic voice. Oh God! Now this is going to drive me crazy. I got to look up. Maybe if I look up the music I've been playing. Where is my music app? Nope, that's
Do you
not
know
it.
the name of the song?
It's like Killing My Time or something. Killing. Tones and I, Kirsten, you're on the fucking money. Tones and I. She is fucking great. But so many, and it's not. They're not all women, but there are a lot of really good young women who've broken on Triple J with very poppy stuff and some hip hoppy stuff. I have to admit, I have a soft point for what was the thing that she self-released was the Brontosaurus song. It's like stomp around like a Brontosaurus, like if that song had come out when my kids were little, I think we would have played it non-stop and just spent the whole day doing Brontosaurus's walks around the house.
I know that song.
Yes. But yeah, there are so many good artists on that have come through thanks to Triple J.
I feel like we've gone full circle. We started talking about Rage, and now we're talking about Triple J.
Yeah. TK Maidza. She is fucking.
Oh yeah, TK is amazing.
Yeah, no, she's really good.
I'm gonna head off.
Yeah, I think it's bedtime.
I'm an old lady. It's too late for me.
We've gone a little bit long. I finished my lemon drop.
Yeah, but I want to acknowledge the full circleness of we started talking about Rage, and then we went all the way around to Triple J.
Yeah, I'm on board with Kirsten. There's nothing cuter than a 2 to 3 year old stomping around to the Brontosaurus song, like a Brontosaurus. It came out like 10 years too late for my kids. But if it had come out when they were little, we would have spent the whole day stomping around like a Brontosaurus because it's such a funny song. All right, peeps. Good night. Awesome and wicked. And I'll see you sometime later. We got date night tomorrow night, so I'm not going to be on tomorrow night. I might be on my Sunday, Monday. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? I am going to try and do a pre-recorded video. I got too busy at work today to even think about it. But good night, all. Take care of yourselves. Hope to see you again sometime soon. But bye for now.